Thank you, Mr. Stringer. It's a pleasure to serve under your chairmanship. And can I start by congratulating the honourable gentleman for North Somerset on not only securing this debate, but setting out the case for hydrogen aviation. So clearly, in his opening remarks, the second reading of the Sustainable Aviation Fuel Bill last week was but the precursor to this Westminster Hall debate. This morning it was trailed in that, and I congratulate him for securing it, along with everyone else who has spoken in the debate this morning. It's a pleasure to speak for His Majesty's opposition in today's important debate on the United Kingdom Government's policies on hydrogen-powered aviation. Aviation is a sector that underpins global connectivity, international trade and regional economic growth. But its long-term sustainability requires bold innovation and a clear policy framework, one that supports low-carbon propulsion technologies whilst enabling British industry to lead. Let me be very clear, Mr. Stringer. Hydrogen is not a hypothetical solution. It is a practical, viable and strategically critical path forward for decarbonising flight. And the UK has a golden opportunity to lead the world in this technology, not just in developing aircraft, but in creating the entire hydrogen aviation value chain, from production and distribution to propulsion and maintenance. When combusted purely, hydrogen emits only water vapour, unlike kerosene, which obviously produces carbon dioxide. Moreover, unlike battery electric aircraft, hydrogen aviation scales better over distance and payload, making it suitable not just for short-term hops, but for future regional and potentially transcontinental routes. This is not only good for the planet, but good for Britain. According to the Aerospace Technology Institute, the UK could generate up to £34 billion in GVA and support 60,000 jobs by 2050 through hydrogen-powered aviation. That's thousands of skilled engineering, manufacturing and R&D roles across the country. These areas stand to benefit significantly from hydrogen aircraft production, airport infrastructure, retrofitting and fuel supply chain development. In Bristol and Gloucestershire, Airbus and GKN Aerospace are already laying the groundwork for hydrogen propulsion and systems integration. In the Midlands, particularly in Derby and Coventry, Rolls-Royce is developing hydrogen combustion engines, work that has the potential to sustain and expand our world-leading turbo machinery industry. In Teesside, the Conservative government-designated hydrogen transport hub is pioneering fuel production and logistics, with Teesside International Airport poised to become a hydrogen aviation testbed. In Scotland, Prestwick Airport is leading hydrogen aircraft trials, and Aberdeen is already a recognised centre for hydrogen fuel development. And in Belfast, home to Sprint Aerosystems, is well positioned to play a central role in manufacturing structural components for the hydrogen aircraft of the future. A successful, future-focused aviation sector means more than environmental progress. It means greater reliability and connectivity for passengers and competitive ticket prices driven by fuel efficiency. For business, it means faster, lower-emission logistics, better access to export markets and the growth of regional airports as hubs for commerce and investment. There is an important distinction to be made here, and one that we in this place must be honest about. While hydrogen fuel cells offer lower energy losses and may suit smaller aircraft or drones, it is pure hydrogen combustion that offers the best chance of achieving decarbonisation for medium to large aircraft, especially within the constraints of airframe weight and power density. Combustion also enables more rapid retrofit of existing aircraft designs and is more compatible with current maintenance ecosystems and airport infrastructure. Simply put, hydrogen combustion is the most practical, scalable route for commercial aviation, and the UK should be focusing investment accordingly. Mr. Stringer, it was the Conservatives in government who recognised this early on Under the Jet Zero strategy established in 2022, we committed funding to Project FlyZero, supported by trials by ZeroAvia and Rolls-Royce. We ring-fenced funding for hydrogen infrastructure at UK airports. We laid the groundwork for the SAF price mechanism that this current government is carrying through with the SAF Bill. We established the hydrogen transport hub in Teesside, where our fantastic Mayor Ben Houchen, now Lord Houchen, oversaw a combined £23 million funding package to kickstart the local hydrogen-based economy. And we made Britain one of the first countries to support regulatory frameworks for hydrogen-powered flight trials. So we turn to the new government. The mantle has clearly democratically passed to them, and the test on whether hydrogen aviation can succeed lies with them. The promised expansion of the Aerospace Growth Partnership sadly has been watered down. The ATI's hydrogen propulsion roadmap seems to have stalled, and companies at the cutting edge, from Cranfield to Kemble to Prestwick, report difficulty in accessing follow-on support despite clear potential and private co-investment. The government must stop conflating hydrogen policy with over-reliance on electric-only solutions, which simply cannot be scaled to long-haul aviation. A narrow vision like that would be misguided. It is actively stifling British leadership in this vital sector. Mr. Stringer, if we want to lead the next aviation revolution, to match our leadership in jet engines with leadership in zero-carbon propulsion, then ambition must be matched by action. That means committing long-term funding for hydrogen combustion propulsion R&D, providing meaningful and long-term support for airport hydrogen infrastructure trials, especially in regional hubs, as well as accelerating the certification and regulatory pathway for hydrogen aircraft and aligning hydrogen production strategies with the wider UK aviation sector. Mr. Stringer, the hydrogen age is not coming, it is here. And unless the government corrects course, the opportunity to lead it will pass us by. So let me just finish with this. The last Conservative government laid the foundations for hydrogen-powered aviation. I very much hope that this government and that this minister doesn't allow the UK to lose that legacy through indecision. I challenge the minister, who I know is very thoughtful on this subject, who has the best interests of aviation at heart, to ensure hydrogen is part of that future.